Welcome to John Dixon and Associates podcast. My name's Drew Dixon, sitting here with Scott Pinson, and we want to welcome you here today. It's towards the end of October, and thought we'd cover some topics that we get questions about all the time. Scott, what are?
It's getting a little chilly too.
That's right.
Getting a little chilly down here in Atlanta. So we get, I would say, the same questions routinely when people call in. And we wanted to cover some of those questions today with you. And as always, we're always looking for topics that you might want us to discuss. So just shoot us an email if you want us to discuss. We'll give you our emails later. And then we've got a trivia question coming up later. But one of the questions that I get pretty routinely is, especially from traditional real estate agents, and what we do at auction is very different from a traditional real estate agent. And so they'll ask me, why would anyone sell at auction? I think it's a good question that we should cover today.
That's right.
I think there's some real specific reasons why a lot of our sellers would want to sell at auction. The main thing I think is that they like the psychology that's involved with auction. We're creating an urgency so that the buyers know that this will sell on this Tuesday at 2 p.m. and it will be gone. And if you wait a day, it's too late. A traditional real estate agent, they'll put up a sign and then they just want to watch it and they'll just see what happens, and it may sell in 16 or 18 or 20 months, but we know that we're going to sell on this date.
That's right.
You agree with that?
That's right. And, with the market as it is right now, a lot of agents are, it's a valid question because they'll put something, list something, and they get offers the day they put a sign out. The one thing that an auction does, it doesn't put that price, and granted, they do get offers above the listing price, but we don't put a price out there. We let the people get shoulder to shoulder, and there's no telling where it'll stop.
John Dixon will say sometimes at auctions, folks, we don't need an appraiser here today. You're going to appraise this property. The buyers are going to appraise this property. I like it when he says that.
That's right. And, it's a great way to move something fast. Some agents have properties that they've had listed for a year, and for one reason or another, they haven't been getting much traction on it. Well, that's where an auction can really make a difference. We, as an auction company, we pride ourselves on our marketing. It doesn't sell unless we get it in front of the right people. We do newspaper ads, online ads, send out color brochure, e-blast, and we really market the properties. Whereas a listing agent, they'll put it on the MLS, put a sign in the yard, and with times like these, sometimes that's good enough. But these times aren't forever.
That's right. And if we do a good job of marketing, and we're experts at marketing, and we have live active bidding, which we will at every auction, both people bidding in the room, the auction room, and bidding online, if we do both of those things, then the property's going to sell at its market value.
That's right.
People call me and say, if we're selling at absolute, what happens if my $100,000 property sells for $10? Well, that just doesn't happen. It's kind of difficult to explain that to sellers, but that never happens.
That's right.
We get that question a lot too. I think that the bargain you make with auction is that we're going to sell it for you fast, and we're going to sell everything as is. It's going to be a 30-day close. You're going to get your money in 30 days. The bargain is that you might be willing to sell it for a little bit less than the value, what it's actually valued, which is hard to place on any property. But the flip side of that is that when you have buyers competing against each other, that's what makes the prices go up. And sometimes we sell things above list price. Sometimes we've sold things above appraised value. We would never tell you that we're going to do that. But sometimes that does happen. Competing against each other, the buyers can make the prices go up.
That's right. If you call us with a property and want our opinion on what it would sell for at auction, we're going to be very conservative. We want you going into that auction thinking, you know, my $100,000 property could only bring 80. Because when it brings, you know, 95, we want you to say, well, sell that thing.
I think when Drew and I give a seller a price valuation of what it'll bring at auction, I think it's pretty safe to say it's going to bring more than what we're gonna
That's
what
right.
we would say.
We won't return customers. You know, we aren't looking to tell you it's going to bring the world, and it bring much less, because that just puts a bad taste in your mouth. A bad auction for someone can ruin their whole taste for auctions, and they just won't do it again.
That's right. So getting back to the original question, why would someone sell at auction? I think the main answer is they want to sell something quick. Now, why would someone want to sell something quick? We have an auction coming up in November, the week after Thanksgiving. That will close before year end. So a lot of people really want to close something before year end because of tax purposes. They'll be able to do that with auction. You can't guarantee that with a traditional real estate method.
That's right. That's right. And they want to sell it by their terms. You know, it's not contingent on an inspection. It's not contingent on the buyer getting financing. That property, when they sell it at auction, the only thing they guarantee is clear, marketable title. You know, buyer beware. So those folks that, you know, they got a property needs some work. You know, it's got great potential, but it needs some real work. And you know, you sell it traditionally, you're going to get a list, you know, 20 pages long from the inspector on all these improvements you've got to do. Well, not at auction. You tell the people, look, know what you want to bid on this property. Yes, it needs some work. We're going to disclose everything about the property, because you don't want it coming up after the auction. Hey, I didn't know the property was in disarray. You know, they sign on the contract that them or one of their representatives has inspected the property, familiar with the property, and we move to close. It's by your terms.
That's right. So for sellers, you're getting something gone quick. You're getting it off your books and taking that cash and putting it into something else. For buyers, there's real opportunity. Buyers, there's going to be opportunity. They're probably going to be getting a decent deal on properties, maybe a great deal. And so the sellers want to sell, the buyers want to buy, and that's what we do. We broker those deals and put them together.
That's right. And there's going to be some great opportunities coming up in November.
There is. Of course, we have an auction in October. We're already excited about November. That's why we wanted to mention it. We're going to have some property in Costa Rica. We've sold in Costa Rica before, and boy, there was just a lot of interest, a lot of phone calls, a lot of people wanting to know what we've got in Costa Rica. Give us a call and we'll let you know. We're putting together that November auction now. If you've got anything you want to sell, anything you just want to get off your books before the end of the year, this is going to be your last opportunity in 2021.
That's right.
Anyway, well, they just need to take a look. They need to take a look at this October 27th auction. We got 2 lake lots. We've already getting calls on that. We've got a lot of land parcels. There's a nice subdivision that we're selling several lots in. So, you know, we also get calls where people have 1031 money. 1031 tax exchange money. They've sold something. They want to put that money into another piece of real estate. This is a good opportunity to do that now, because there's some investment opportunity in this October 27th auction.
That's right. And go to our website. It's johndixon.com. You can check out the upcoming auction October 27th. Also get on our mail list, where if there's an area in the country that you're looking in, let us know. We sell all over the country. As Scott said, we'll be selling in Costa Rica. I think we're in 4 states in this month's auction.
That's right.
And in November, we'll be in several different states and outside the country.
There's also some absolute properties in this auction you need to take a look at. Absolute means that it will sell regardless of the price.
That's right. That's right.
So we have a trivia question today, and you can win a John Dixon and Associates coffee mug. Send me an email at scott@johndixon.com if you know the answer or want to guess. But the question is this. Starting about in the 1850s in Britain and Ireland and Scotland, there were pubs, drinking establishments, that were licensed to sell alcoholic drinks for consumption on the premises. The word pub, where does that word come from? What does it mean? Is it an acronym? Does it stand for something else? If you know or think you know, send me an email at scott@johndixon.com and win you a free John Dixon Associates coffee mug.
That's right. Contact us. You can email Scott, email myself at drew@johndixon.com. Give us a call. Our office number is 770-425-1141. We'd love to talk to you about opportunities out there and give you an auction experience. So reach out to us and
let us know if you're watching the podcast too.
That's
We'd
right.
like to hear. I mean, we're seeing the downloads. There's a lot of people watching it. Shoot us a note. It'll help encourage us to continue
right.
doing this podcast. And if you watch it, shoot us a note and say you do.
There you go. We look forward to hearing from you, and join us on our next one, which will be a week from now. And thanks for joining us today.